Hi, I'm Amanda Brax, owner of Soulful Fitness, Yoga and Pilates studio in Cove. 3 tips for getting started on your yoga and Pilates program. One, don't let it be daunting and don't let, if you haven't exercised for a while, be the reason why you don't start now. A lot of our low impact studios like us are designed for people that haven't exercised for a long time. We understand this. That's why, people get busy with work, with having children, other commitments, and, 5 years, 10 years, even 15 years passes. And as we do that, the body slowly deconditions. So we've designed programs especially for people in this situation. And then we've got the other side of things where people have been injured. They might be young. You might have had a baby and you're only 27 years old and you've got some separation in your abdominals. We might have someone that might be a bit older and has had a knee replacement or a hip replacement. Or it just might be that you just feel so unfit because you haven't done any fitness for a while or any strength training. And that's perfectly okay. But the thing is, just get started. Don't let these be the reasons why you don't get started. So my first tip is to not let the excuses that have stopped you from starting continue to stop you from starting. We all have them. It's just a matter of putting it in your diary and booking it in as important as a meeting that you have to go to. Your health and wellness is the only thing that's going to make you have a thriving life. Like, it's the only two things that are really going to solidify the way you live your life, and if you live your life with energy and vitality and live your life on your terms. So you need to make sure you invest in health and wellness. And you know that, at the end of the day, my first tip was just purely don't let the excuses of the past be the excuses of the future. The second tip is take a class that's like down a notch. We don't really want to get back into it. And if you're 40 years old and you were exercising in the gym at 20, don't go back to the same class that you were doing when you were 20. Just have gratitude that you're in this space where you are now. You might be a little bit older. You might be a little bit more unfit. And that's okay. So let's just go for something more gentle. Even if you're an alpha style personality and you want to go gung ho all the time, it may actually not be the best thing for you. The best thing for you might be to take a yin yoga class, slow down a little bit, and embrace what that class has to offer your body and your mind and learn some new tricks, so to speak. And then the third tip is, in the first couple of weeks, you've just got to try as many classes as you can and see which ones gel with you. In Soulful Fitness, we have a huge range of programs from yin yoga to hatha yoga, restorative yoga, all the softer, slower yogas in the beginning, which have such great benefits on chronic illness and health. And then we have stronger programs like some dynamic hatha classes, which are a bit more moving, and then vinyasa. But it's not about working up to these classes. It's about listening to your body and just doing the class that your body needs today. And that's where a very developed person sits, and same with Pilates. We don't want you jumping into a cardio bounce class if you've got a little bursitis in your hip, but you want to test that class to see if, how you're doing. It's better to just stick to the class that whether it's a basics reformer, and maybe if you feel good on some of the exercises, you can, put up a spring or take off a spring depending on the exercise. Or maybe you go back into mat work, and mat work by a long shot is not easy. It's just that you don't have the springs, so you're just not going to be able to, the chance of injury in that class is going to be less. So you really need to listen to yourself. And, when we've been practicing for a long time, whether it be yoga, Pilates, bar, even meditation, it's the people that when they get to a certain level and they realize, I think the light bulb goes off, that, oh, I don't have to climb the ladder of the fittest classes, or I don't have to pull off the biggest postures or poses. It's actually when I can actually pull out of a posture when I want and I go to rest that I feel like that I actually understand myself and my body now. And that's quite an advanced thinking. So please don't pull off big postures and big poses or put on heaps of springs feeling like you've got to compete with everybody else, because they might not necessarily be doing what's best for their body as well. And this might not be the best thing for your body. So they're my 3 tips to get started. We'd love to see you at the studio. 94279855. If you're a member watching this and you haven't been in for a while, book your class as well and take on all these tips. If you're a regular member, can't wait to see you in the studio. And if you're new to starting, come and join our tribe. Thanks, guys.